Hello, Coach Ron Rivera here, and I want to be the first person to congratulate you on being chosen to the Washington football team's newly created Fan Ambassador Network. You were nominated by family, friends, colleagues, and fellow Burgundy and Gold supporters to serve as part of a select group to represent the collective voice of our entire fan base. Our organization appreciates your passion and dedication to helping us create the best game day experience in the league. I look forward to seeing the work you will do in your respective categories, whether it be community, culinary, culture, entertainment, fashion, family experience, or Sunday Fun Day. Thank you for your continued support and welcome to the Washington football family.
Today, I would like to welcome on to the Rambling About Washington podcast, the new Vice President of Guest Experience for the Washington football team, Mr. Joey Colby-Begovich. How are you doing, Joey?
I'm great, Rio. How are you? Rio, I feel like I am talking to an actual Washington football team celebrity. So I'm so honored that you're having me on your podcast.
I'm honored for you to come by, and I'm honored to have gotten a chance to meet you and talk to you, and for you to select me for the Fan Ambassador program. Thank you so much.
Well, Rio, it was awesome getting to know you through the process of selecting the Fan Ambassadors. And when we finally got a chance to talk one-on-one, it was a no-brainer, Rio. Like your perspective, your energy, your passion. We're so excited for the Fan Ambassador Network, and that we have it. We finally have our groups, and in about a month or two from now, we're going to have our first meetings. It's going to be an absolute blast.
All right, and I appreciate that. We didn't get much time to talk, but I definitely had a good time with you. Like, it definitely felt longer than like 10 to 12 minutes that we actually did get to talk, and it was a good rapport. And so with the Fan Ambassador Network, what are you looking to accomplish with it?
Yeah, great question. So we are looking to bring fans to have a seat at the table, right? We have all of these executives, great leaders, great thought partners that work at the Washington football team, but the most important thing to the team is the fans, right? The team doesn't exist without the fans, and our fans have to have a seat at that boardroom table, right? So that they can say, you guys are crazy, or that's a really good idea. Have you thought about this? And so that's the goal of the Fan Ambassador Network. We have 7 areas of our fan experience that we are hyper focused on, which are the 7 different topics of our group: community, culinary, culture, fashion, Sunday Fun Day, and family. And those groups are going to help inform the decisions that we are making to become a more fan-centric organization. Those groups, although they're small groups, they represent the diversity of our fan base and all of the walks of life of our fan base. And we're hoping that they are using their networks, their podcasts, their social media to bring all of those ideas to the table, Rio, to represent the fans, and that everything that we do we should see through the lens of our fans. And that's how I see my job at the Washington football team, is to be an advocate for the fans. And this Fan Ambassador Network is just one of the many things that we are working on in order to bring this team back to the fans, back to those glory days. And so I'm really excited about it.
See, that's music to my ears, because I love this team to death, but you can say over the last 20 years, it's felt like the fans, we've been alienated, and there's been a divide between the organization and the fans. And we are the backbone of the team, even though we don't go out onto the field, but we keep the train rolling, we keep the wheels churning for the organization. So to feel like we are part of the process in such a pivotal time too, because the team's going through this new identity and rebrand, like this couldn't be a better time to get the fans more involved. And it's great to see right now.
So let me ask you a question, Rio. You submitted a nomination, you made it to the semifinals. We had an interview. You got picked to be on the Fan Ambassador Network. Like, what was your reaction when you opened that email and you clicked on the video from Coach Rivera?
Oh, it was chills. It was chills. Like, I had chills running through me. Like, I immediately ran upstairs to tell my wife, to tell my kids, and to play the video. And the video was the video made me want to run through a wall. I felt like I could put the pads on. I felt like I could get a one-day contract after I saw that video. That intense eye contact Ron gave in the video, like, who would not want to play for this guy?
Right. We are so grateful for Coach that he's also very passionate about the Fan Ambassador Network, and he did that for us to have a nice moment where we could say thank you to all of our new fan ambassadors. So I'm happy to hear your story. So
it was great. It was a great time, and that was a great day for me. And you're coming from the Carnival Cruise Company, correct?
So I had a brief stint in there with a luxury hospitality company, but the majority of my career I spent with Carnival Cruise Line. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your position there?
So when I left there, I was the director of guest experience worldwide. So very similar to what I'm doing for the Washington football team. You know, my job was to identify the journey of our guests during their cruise vacation, to identify points of friction and try to ease those points of friction, and try to be as loyal to our customers as possible, because our customers built loyalty to our brand. And so that's the exact same thing. All of the skills that I built there is what I'm bringing to the Washington football team. You know, it's all about the customer. In this case, it's all about the fan, right? And whether you're with us at FedEx Field or you're sitting at home watching games on Sunday, or in this case of this season, Thursdays or Mondays, right? That you are a part of what is happening on the field, no matter if the team wins or loses. Rio, you know, we can't control that, but what we can control is the experience of being a fan around the team and building that passion with fans like yourself through thick and through thin, who have passion for this team. How do we execute flawlessly on that? Always, right? Without fail, because we can't control what happens on the field. So those are the skills that I'm bringing from my previous life with the cruise line here to the Washington football team. And so far, it's been very transferable. What's different, though, is unlike a cruise customer who is passionate about vacationing and going on a cruise, Washington football team fans are the epitome of passion.
Oh, we're crazy.
The epitome of loyalty. They got opinions and they are not afraid to share them. And it is so much fun. It's so much fun.
It's fun. It's fun now, you know, it's the off season, things are going, but at some point, you know, like you said, we're not afraid to say what we have to say. It gets crazy. Like, all you got to do is check on Washington football Twitter, and you can see exactly how insane it gets sometimes.
Well, and I hope that never stops, because that's the way that we leaning into all those opinions, Rio, is the only way that we make better decisions, right? The only way that we get better together as a team, the only way that we look at everything through the lens of our fans. So I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, and that's authenticity. Like, we can't be all yes men and we can't praise everything that you guys do. But I really love what you guys are doing. And you coming from Carnival, I went on my first cruise with my wife last year, and I had the time of my life. We went on Carnival Liberty for about 4 days, and like I was telling you in the interview, this guy Mark Q, who led I guess he was like the leader of fun for the cruise. He was awesome. Like, it just makes me think of what could be coming to FedEx Field on Sunday, because just 4 days with this guy leading this fun, all the pool side cabana parties, all the show, the battle of the sexes, the love and marriage game. Like, this guy was excellent, man. You know, you hired this guy personally, right?
Oh, I know Mark Hugh well. I hired him. Him and I both happen to be from the great state of Minnesota. And I actually texted him after our interview, and I was like, Mark Q, I met a fan of yours who's a fan of the Washington football team. And then we had a great conversation. So yeah, that same sort of energy that you experienced there, I want to bring to game day, right? That sort of shared experience that everybody's having together, we should have in the stadium. Now, we got a lot of challenges with the stadium, the stadium was built in 1997, right? There's, only 4 roads in, right? So traffic is hard. There's a lot of points of friction. I think there's a lot of ways that we are going to, over the next several years, be able to relieve some of those points of friction. But that energy that you experienced on that cruise, Rio, that's what we are going to bring inside this building, FedEx Field, on game day. I want to right? I don't know if I'm going to get there, right? But I think I am, because I'm building a lot of relationships with fans like yourself, with the help of the fans. I want us to get to that energy that people talk about and reminisce about from RFK, right? I think that we can make that happen in FedEx, right? And if we can make it happen in FedEx, we're going to get a new venue here in, 6 or 7 years.
Oh yeah.
And that is going to be the loudest, most raucous venue in the NFL. I have no doubt about it.
I got chills just hearing it, man. I got chills just hearing it, because I love my team to death. Like you've heard me say 100 times, but the stadium experience at FedEx Field over the year, it's been very less than stellar. So I'm glad they're bringing in the big guns like yourself to get it going. And one major area of focus would be the food in the stadium. When it comes to the food in the stadium, what do you have in mind? And isn't there an event coming up soon that showcases what you would like to do with the food in the stadium?
Yeah, so there's 3 things that we're really focused on for food in the stadium this upcoming season. Number 1 is technology and how we get a better mobile ordering system so people don't have to stand in line at concession stands. We're hopefully going to be able to talk about something really soon that's going to really ease that challenge. Number 2 is getting the basics right: service, right? Speed. People are here to see a football game. Now, food goes along with the football game, but you can't be spending the entire first quarter waiting in line for your hot dog, right?
Nope.
Right? So
Right.
Service. And number 3 is something that's really missing in FedEx Field, is something that is really unique to the DMV, and that is the variety and the diverseness of food from the DMV area. We have Maryland crab, and we have mambo sauce from DC, and we have lots of local farms and food products that are right in our own backyard that aren't represented here in FedEx Field. So number 1, we need to get our community in this building, and there's nothing that brings community together more than food. And
Exactly.
so we are working on an event. It's happening actually a week, 6 days from now. It's called Flavors of the DMV. We put a call out there for local food vendors, trucks, farms, food producers that are all in the District, Virginia, and Maryland. We had a ton of interest. We narrowed the list down. We ended up inviting 22 vendors to showcase their culinary delights, which they will be doing here at FedEx Field on the 14th. And we have alumni, members of the media, our fan community group, and our fan culinary group, some of our season ticket members, some of our Washington football team execs, a good mixture of fans and community leaders that are going to be in this building, that are going to be choosing some local vendors that will be featured in our food products in the stadium this coming season. So really focus on those 3 things. But the one I'm most excited about is getting more representation from the DMV in the building.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Andy, I remember you telling me with the dance team and everything, we're even trying to get some of the DC go-go stylings and dance teams to give some more DC flavor to the game day experience.
So we're going to announce this with a really cool video soon, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for letting this out of the bag soon. So we've already had the auditions, and we've already picked our new entertainment team.
Okay.
Part of our entertainment team is 8 members of our new entertainment team are Beat Your Feet dancers.
Okay.
That was originated in DC from go-go music. And
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Feature of our on-field entertainment, and you won't see that anywhere in the NFL.
That's only DC,
right here in Washington, because it is Washington, and we're really excited about it.
I love it. I love it. I love everything I'm hearing. This whole culture that's being put together by Ron and Jason Wright. Speaking of Jason Wright, I heard you on one of the other podcasts. Was Jason the one who inquired? He inquired to you about coming here?
Yep. So a recruiter reached out to me. He said, "You got to meet this guy named Jason Wright." I tried to turn the recruiter down real, if I'm honest. And then my world kind of changed when I met Jason. I thought that my entire career that I would spend in the hospitality industry. And then I met Jason, and he shared his vision with me. And I thought, I want to be somewhere where I can make a difference, right? And I want to be somewhere, I want to be a part of an organization that is completely honest and transparent about mistakes that they've made in the past and about how they're going to grow together as a future. And when he explained this to me, Rio, I was immediately hooked. I was on board. I was like, where do I sign? Here I am, right? And it's the best decision I ever made. Now moving your family across the country and, we have a 3-year-old daughter, like all of that's been a little bit stressful, but there has not been a day since I started this job on March 1st that I've regretted making this decision. In fact, every day just validates even more that I'm where I'm supposed to be. So
that's excellent. And Jason is just a sharp, thorough guy. Him and Ron, everything they're doing, the whole collective, you guys are all uniting like the Avengers to give the fans what we've always wanted and needed here, especially fans like myself who have not been there for the glory days to get back on top. I appreciate you so much for coming on with me today, Joey.
Well, I appreciate you, Rio. It's because of fans like you that I get out of bed every morning with a smile on my face and ready to come to work. And I cannot wait for this season to start. I want to shake everybody's hand. I want to meet everybody. I want to hug people if the COVID restrictions allow us to. We're all in this together, and it's going to be great, no matter what happens on the field.
Absolutely. And I cannot wait to meet you in person, man. You have a good day now, Joey.
Rio, thank you for having me on today.
All right. Anytime, man.
Okay.
Hope to meet you soon.
Bye.
All right.